In this video, we look at extracts from two student answers to question A12 on our WJEC style Unit 3 paper for English language. While we do this, don't forget you can pause the video at any point to take notes or to give yourself more time to read through what's on screen. So let's get started. Question A12 on section A is a typical example of a comparison question that will always feature on either Unit 2 or Unit 3. It asks you to look at text D and text E and to compare what the two texts say about how drinking energy drinks can affect your health. It's worth 10 marks. We'll begin by looking at an extract from student A's answer. Press pause now to give yourself time to read it carefully, and press play again when you're ready. Student A begins by identifying some similarities between the texts, and throughout their answer, they identify the text they're discussing every time they mention it, which is good, and make a range of straightforward comments about some similarities and differences between the texts. They begin by identifying that both texts mention the sugar content of the energy drinks and use quotations to support this point. But although this student obviously knows that too much sugar is bad for your health, they don't actually quote or refer to a part of the text that comments on this. Remember that the question asks you to focus on how energy drinks affect health, so this student needed to select some evidence that does that clearly. Student A then identifies a basic difference between the texts, that one is mainly about children and the other is mainly about adults, but this point is rather straightforward and simplistic. They also haven't used any quotations to back it up. In their final point here, Student A compares what's said about the addictive nature of energy drinks and does use a suitable quotation to support their points. They clearly identify the texts and use connectives like both and whereas appropriately, but they don't fully explain their ideas. So, Student A would receive between 5 and 6 marks if they continue their answer in this way. Now, let's move on to an extract from Student B's answer. Press pause now to give yourself time to read it through, and press play again when you're ready. Like Student A, this student uses quotations from the two texts in their answer to support their ideas about similarities and differences. But they then go an extra step and clearly explain what the similarity or difference is. For example, in addressing how the texts present the impact of energy drinks on physical health, the student says, both texts warn about the effects of caffeine. This is a key requirement because for top marks, the examiner needs to see that you have a clear understanding of the comparisons and contrasts between the texts. As well as the clearer explanations, the best thing about this student's answer is that they address a wider range of aspects of the topic. As well as comparing the effects mentioned on physical health, they also make comparisons about the effects of energy drinks on mental health, looking for more subtle ideas and explaining how both texts show that energy drinks can lead to extreme behavior. This is a more sophisticated approach and helps the student earn marks in the highest band. Their answer is really thorough, meeting the examiner's requirements for top band answers to be sustained and detailed. We'll leave it there. So, to be successful on this type of question, remember our top tips for comparison. Know which text to write about. Know what topic to compare. And remember to PECL. Point, evidence, connective, evidence, link. Now you know how these candidates achieve their marks. Why not use their example answers to help you practice some comparison questions of your own? Use our top tips and suggested structure to guide you. Good luck!